Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world? Or do you need more? Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change, and in the bad times I fear myself.
Tell me something, boy. Aren't you tired trying to fill that void? Or do you need more? Ain't it hard keeping it so hardcore? I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change, and in the bad times I fear myself. I'm of the deep end, watch as I dive in. I'll never meet the ground. Crash through the surface where they can't hurt us. We're far from the shallow now. In the shallow, in the shallow, we're far from the shallow now. Oh, oh,
Well, thank you, everyone. If you are maybe wondering why we're having this service in a church, it was simply about capacity. Sonia did not want anyone to stand. That's why. So she said anyone that's remaining standing during the service doesn't get to come to refreshments later. This church, albeit old and beautiful, is just a building. It's the people that make it a church. In the same way, everyone here today is what makes this occasion important. It's not the place, it's you, the people. And so this service is simply about extending Sonia's grace to everyone that has arrived today. It's simple. Shortly, Marcus is going to speak, and then we're opening the floor for anyone who would like to come and express, share, stand. You don't have to say a word, but just to take the opportunity. There are 3 rules. Firstly, don't touch Sonia's fishing rod. 2, if you plan on going fishing, you better let her know so she can get her gear ready and come with you. And 3, don't eat your food in the lounge. Beyond that, there are no rules, except that you have the opportunity to share your heart with her one last time today. I'm going to pray, Marcus is going to come, and then the floor is open to you. Whakatata mai e te matua ki a mātou e tangi ana. Whakatau mai i taurangi Māori e kei runga i a mātou katoa. E whakaaro anō hoki ki a rātou e kore e taia te hara mai. We ask God for strength and for courage as we spend these remaining moments in person with Son. You remember those who can't be here, those who are watching their live stream, and those who just could not make it. Together we ask for your grace and for your strength. Amen.
Sweet. I didn't really write anything. This is all a bit sudden for all of us, but I just wanted to say a few words about how cool Mum was. As most of you know that are here, Mum was lovely, had a heart of gold. Anyone came to her and needed help, she gave help. Thank you to everyone for coming. The amount of love that me, John and the family have received over the last couple of days, it's more than we could imagine, and Mum would be stoked about that. We're all getting on the piss at Malcolm's after this. Everyone's welcome to come, have a few drinks for Sonia. Cheers.
Perhaps that may have felt short, but there was a lot in that. A lot to carry, a lot to cope with, and a lot to contain. Well done, young man. Floor's open for anyone who would like to come. I know there's a temptation to maybe speak from the chair, but there are quite a few people who are watching who would love to hear you and to see you. So if you would like to come, there's a microphone here. Please come on up.
Sonia, you will always be in our heart and you will never depart. And just before we left, I heard that, so I want to hear your voice.
I wasn't expecting this opportunity to do this, and I feel I have to stand here and just say what a wonderful person Sonia was. And she certainly changed my life and perspective on people. She didn't judge anyone, she took everyone for who they were, and I really respect her for that. She taught me a lot about just making sure that you treat everybody as equal. I got to know Sonia through our Love of Calf Club, making sure kids got an opportunity to bring their pets along to school and to the Hauraki Plains Rural Show, and also enjoyed some fishing with her. I'm really proud that the photo of, she was that day, a picture on the front of the service sheet, she was fishing with us, and we went out wide from Whirianga. She really wanted to get a marlin, and when the rod went, it was all hers. But what an infuriating 30 odd minutes watching her cack-handedly trying to reel this marlin in. By crikey, it was all sorts of wishful hoping and carrying on, going on. It was actually tail wrapped, which made her job a lot harder. And by crikey, she was proud as punch to stand beside that photo. So my sympathies to your family. We're all standing up here saying farewell to Sonia a lot earlier than we should be. And I'm as shocked as everybody. But thank you for the opportunity.
Hi everybody, my name's John. I'm John's son. On behalf of me, my family, my dad, I just have a few thanks to say. Thanks to Sonia especially. She opened up to me, my family, all my friends. Thanks to Sonia's family, I met a few years now. Thanks, Marcus, Shopper. On behalf of my father, I'd like to thank the hospital, the church, the funeral home and the ambulance for obviously what just happened. Dad also asked me to touch on a few things about Sonia. Her love and connection with the ocean, that's how my dad met her and obviously got along. She was, me too, how we connected through the ocean, the fish, the animals in general. I know she loved all animals. The calf club thing, as our lady said before, that was a good thing about her. Another thing, connection with the community. I've met a lot of people, Thames and Ngātia through Sonia. We can tell by how many people are here today, how she touched them, and that's why we're all here, I guess. Marcus, how your mum is with you, your boys. I've met a few of your boys over the last few days, and I've known how tight you are. She's always talked about you, your boys have grown up since primary, and Well, that's for Sonia, you know. Good on you, bro. Yeah, just a lot of thanks. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, my family, for being here, for my dad, for you, Marcus, Ken, Chair, bro, my man. Yeah, that's about it. Maybe I'd like to invite the boys up who aren't carrying the coffin out we'll haka Sonia out when she leaves. So please, all the boys, join me in that. And thank you very much, everybody. And so, Dad, love you, Dad, Marcus, family, thank you. I'm out.
Kia ora, everybody. My name is Davina Peke. I stand here 2 points. My first one being that back in the days, we went to school together, if any, at Hauraki Plains College, and then we became parents. Black Dogs was the team back in the days at Ngāti Rugby Club. There were some of us that didn't stay at the club. We went home with our kids and stuff. Son, myself, Karen, Maxine, and we've remained friends to this day. Kaz was back from China last year, and the one person that brought us together was Sonia. We'd celebrate every week over a meal, over some orange juice that we're going to do at Malcolm's place. Hey boss! But no. So yeah, Sonia was that person, and I just give thanks really. She's quite an amazing chick. Good heart and a big heart. I also stand here also on behalf of the Support and Lifestyle Hauraki Trust, which is where Sonia mahied. She obviously did some mahi. Our lifestyles would go to her at Vicar, do some work, but then she came to the trust and she ran a literacy and numeracy course. She has that tenacity to just, doesn't matter what walks of life you come from, because she is that person. And, she's, like I said, she's got a heart of gold, and it showed in her mahi with our people. So with that said, I just want to give thanks really, Son. You'll be sorely missed, and, whānau, just appreciate the time that we've been given. And boss, after mahi, we're going home to have a orange juice or wine, whatever that may be. But thank you.
My name's Storm. Sonia was our auntie, I would like to say. I just want to say a big thank you. And to be fair, all of us kids, we were the shit kids and gave her a bit of a hard time, but no matter what, we should stick out and find something for us kids to do, or, when we got older, have a drink. We shared so many good memories, our annual camping trips. She would always like to, be the spotlight. I remember one year, Marcus and Sonia and I think it was John, brought up a big army tent. They were the star of the show. And John, I really give my all to you. You've made Sonia a very, very happy person, and I can't thank you enough. And Marcus, I give my all to you as well. We're all here for you, and, yeah.
Kia ora. I was a work colleague more than anything with Sonia. For years she put up with us, working with youth and so forth, changing our plans and our appointments and times for everything. She was always so amazingly supportive. We could turn up at any time and she would always be on our side. I'm going to miss her terribly. She was at Vicar for years, and for years I was annoying her. She's made a mark on so many young people's lives in Thames and all over Hauraki when I think about it. And John now continues that as well, great team. So I just want to express how much we really loved Sonia and how amazing she was. Kia ora.
Yeah, kia ora team. Ko Michael Hatapunga. I'm the principal here at Thames High School. John, I spoke with you the other day. big heart to you. And Marcus, very lovely to hear you speak. Clearly, people who have spoken have said how much of a legend Sonia is and will be and will have that lasting legacy. We have people who have known Sonia a lot longer than I have. I've been blessed to have known her for about, I guess, since the end of last year as she came to Aokura after working in the community in a number of places. As Thames High School has had a number of young people who have had their lives changed by Sonia through VTEL, and also in the short time that she has been directly with us working in the vocational space has really made a big difference already to many of our young people. And our heart goes out to whānau, our heart goes out to friends, and really, really, obviously, like everybody else, it's a tragedy to be saying goodbye to a lovely person so early in her life. Kia ora tata.
Kia ora everybody. I'm Michelle. My last memory of Sonia's was an interview for a teacher aide position at the end of last term. And I'm gutted that she's decided to leave us early because I have some trouble boys and trouble girls that I needed her to work with me. So now I've got to fill that gap, which is going to be a big one to fill. I'm just standing up on behalf of the tamariki at Thames High. My office is not too far away from Sonia's. She often used to come in and have a little bit of a chin wag with me. I had to sit down for that because she didn't like looking up at me. She was always just really kind about people, which it always blew me away. She'd meet a student for a couple of minutes and kind of know them really well. Yesterday I was sitting in my office and some rat bags, as they do, walked past, and 3 or 4 of them came in and they're kids that I don't even talk to. I don't have anything much to do with them, and they all just came in and said, "It's really sad about Sonia, miss." And I was, just so blown away that she was at our school for such a short time and just had such a huge impact on the kids. I know that a lot of them, she spent a lot of term 1 doing their pathways placements. So I know those young men and women are really going to be grateful for the mahi that Sonia did for them so that they could have a better future than they had yesterday. So she's left a big hole in our staff room. I know Leanne in the careers room. I know that Ruth in the library are going to miss her because when she walked into her room she just kind of took over and had a really good wairua. So I just wanted to send you all our aroha nui and just, hard times, kia kaha, kia maia, kia manawa nui.
Kia ora everyone, I'm Rachel and this is Antoinette. We are friends of Sonia's from high school. Antoinette is a family member. She is Charmaine's sister. And I have known Sonia since literally day one. We were born in Thames Hospital. I was born at the end of August. She was born just a couple of days later at the very start of September. So I have known her for the full 47 years and I refer to her and will always refer to her as my oldest friend. We weren't in touch on a day-to-day basis. In the end, lives just took us on different paths. But like I said, I will always remember her as my longest and dearest friend. I have really beautiful memories of primary school in particular. Sonia did come to my house on occasion. We would go trick-or-treating for Halloween because she lived on the farm, of course, and didn't have that opportunity, and I lived in town. When I would go to her place to play as we were younger and small children, I was always very envious because she would show me her piano music and it was always a lot more fun and easy than mine. So yeah, I just really admired her for that. And one of my favourite memories of Sonia is how in Form 2 I was very nervous and shy about going to the parties in those days, and my very first party I went to was with Sonia. I remember walking down the road together to Tony Jacker's house, and I was nervous as anything, and she was the big, mature, grown-up friend that I really needed at that point in time. I think, however, one of my favourite memories of Sonia has been, there have been 2 times in life when I really needed a friend, and even if we haven't been in touch, like I said, on a day-to-day basis, she always had my back. She literally stood up for me. I can remember on 2 separate occasions where she stood up for me, she did what was right, and she believed in me. And I'll always remember that. Thank you, Sonia. And I feel very sorry, John and the family. I give you my condolences.
I've known Sonia for 34 years. It sounds really long. And about 10 years after that or so, I then became family, and my family got bigger because the Patons and the Skillings were quite a large family. So yeah, I got to know everybody. And yeah, me and Sonia might have got up to a little bit more mischief than Sonia and Rachel, just personality-wise. But yeah, me and Sonia sort of clicked. And like Rachel said, she always had your back. It doesn't matter what she had. I met her on the very first day of high school, and about 2 weeks later, she had my back defending me to a teacher. So yeah, and I wasn't even the wrong that time. But yeah, we're all going to miss you, Sons. Doesn't seem like 34 years ago, but I wish we had another 34 or more. Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Hi, everyone. I wasn't expecting this, but I feel obliged to come up here and speak on behalf of the extended Paton family. My name's Sue. I'm Sonia's second cousin, Ken's cousin, and Ken shouldn't have to do this. And Sonia, it just wasn't your time. It's not fair. Can't believe it. We're still all in shock. I didn't really know Sonia growing up, but I met her. I got to know her quite well when I moved to Ngatea. She was very welcoming. I see Mary Hazelby here. We played netball together with Sonia. Was it combined, wasn't it? We played netball for quite a few years in Ngatea with Sonia in our team. Lots of fun. Lots of orange juice afterwards in the Ngatea pub. I saw a comment on Facebook the other day about she played netball with someone else that's possibly here in jelly shots at half time. We didn't do that. We were serious, but yeah. Sonia, she actually rented our house for a couple of years when we lived in Vietnam. And Rob was just saying the other day, quite often on a Friday night she'd come around for an orange juice or a coffee, more likely an orange juice, and dinner would get later and later and later, and we'd just sit there and talk gossip about Ngatea and talk shit. But yeah, she, as you all know, she was a very fun-loving person. We had a whole Paton Mackenzie family reunion a couple of years ago, and she came and I hadn't seen Sonia so happy as she has been in the last few years. John, and it's you. We all know she had some pretty tragic things happen over the course of her young life, but she was so happy recently, and so thank you, John and Whānau, for that. Yeah, but at that family reunion, like I said, I have memories of her and a couple of other ratbag cousins dancing with a road cone, one of the big ones, on the dance floor at about 2 o'clock in the morning. And then we have evidence, don't we, Dana, of raiding the fridge about 3 o'clock in the morning of whatever was left. But yeah, she loved her fun. She can be greatly missed. Rest in peace, my cuz. Ken, so much love for you, and Bruce and Malcolm. Shouldn't have to be here. Thank you.
My name's Dr. Jones. I'm from the Supportive Lifestyle Trust. With her, she's like a mother figure to
4 lost holes. And Rev'd was nothing, but she's lost. She's not every boy.
Hi everyone, I'm Megan Sargent. I had the privilege of knowing Sonia since my family moved to New Zealand about 13 years ago. My son came home from school after his first day and I've got a new friend, and that friend was Marcus, and they have been tight ever since. To all the boys, and as you come today, Marcus, they're there for you. We are all there for you. You've called me mum for the longest time, and I will still be that to you if you need me. To John, thank you for making Sonia so happy. To the family, I feel your loss and I'm so sorry. And I love you, Sonia, and I was one of the jelly shots. I played netball with Sonia for a few years in the Vinos. I think the name was quite fitting. If it wasn't jelly shots at half-time, it was Maxine's homemade whiskey. I don't actually know how we got through the second half of most of our games, and let alone win one year. But great memories, great bunch of people, and I thank her for that. So rest in peace, Sonia.
On behalf of the Paton, Lawson, Bennett family, to each one who has been brave enough to come forward and speak, thank you. Let's do this. The family have organised some photos for us to look back at the life of Son. Perhaps at the conclusion of that we'll leave a short window open just in case there are those who might want to say their final farewells before we conclude together our time.
I know you moved on to someone new. Whole life is beautiful. You were the light for me to find my truth. I just want to say thank you.
Leaving to find my soul. Told her I had to go. And I know it ain't pretty when our hearts get broke. Too young to feel this old, watching us both turn cold. Oh, I know it ain't pretty when two hearts get broke. Yeah, I know it ain't pretty when two hearts get broke.
I hope someday we'll sit down together and laugh with each other about these days, these days. All our troubles we'll lay to rest, and we wish we could come back to these days, these days. These days, these days. These days, these days.
3 years of ups and downs, nothing to show for it now. And I know it ain't pretty when the fire burns out. Calling me when I'm drunk, remind me of what I've done. And I know it ain't pretty when you're trying to move on.
Yeah. I hope someday we'll sit down together and laugh with each other about these days, these days. All our troubles we'll lay to rest, and we wish we could come back to these days, these days. Oh, I know, I know. Oh, I know, I know. Oh, I know, I know. These days, these days. Oh, I know, I know. Oh, I know, I know. Oh, I know, I know. These days, these days.
Cigarettes in the ashtray, reminiscing on those past days. I thought you didn't know my last name, but that changed. And I traveled around the world, think where you living at now. I heard you moved to Austin, got an apartment and settled down. And every once in a while, I start texting, write a paragraph, but then I delete the message. Think about you like a pastime. I could cry you a river, get you Used to always think I'd get you back right. They say that things fall apart. We were gonna move to Brooklyn, you were gonna study art. Love is just a tool to remind us who we are, and that we are not alone when we're walking in the dark.
I hope someday we'll sit down together and laugh with each other about these days, these days. All our troubles will lay to rest, and we wish we could come back to these days, these days. Oh, I know, I know. Oh, I know, I know. Oh, I know, I know. These days, these days. Oh, I know, I know. Oh, I know, I know. Oh, I know, I know. These days, these days.
Cigarettes in the ashtray, reminiscing on those past days. I thought you didn't know my last name, but that changed. And I traveled around the world, think where you living at now. I heard you moved to Austin, got an apartment and settled down. And every once in a while, I start texting, write a paragraph, but then I delete the message. Think about you like a pastime. I could cry you a river, get you baptized. Or I wasn't ready to act right. Used to always think I'd get you back right. They say that things fall apart. We were gonna move to Brooklyn, you were gonna study art. Love is just a tool to remind us who we are, and that we are not alone when we're walking in the dark.
I hope someday we'll sit down together and laugh with each other about these days, these days. All our troubles will lay to rest. We wish we could come back to these days, these days. We wish we could come back to these days, these days, these days.
One last call for anyone who might like to come.
I'm Julie. Marcus rang me yesterday and said, "Can you get up and talk?" And I instantly said, "No, I can't do it." But I could just see Sonia, she would have been kicking my ass and get up there and talk. So, but I've known Sonia for 34 plus years, and like Nettie, we met on the first day of school, and I remember sitting in class and had no friends, and she comes and taps me on the shoulder and says, "Hi, I'm Sonia, do you want to come sit with us?" And from then on it's just been best friends. She's been like a mother to my kids. She's just family. Yeah, we love to have a few orange juices together as well. And I think one memory, she was staying with us and we'd had a few too many, and it was late at night, and we decided to get matching tattoos for Daryl and her because she nearly killed him back in the day with her driving. She's a pretty bad driver in her little yellow car. So, yeah. We've just been through so much together, you know, happy times, sad times, and I'm just going to miss her.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Sonia's Uncle Colin. Sorry. So I'm Uncle Colin, Ken's brother. Obviously I've known Sonia for 47 years. She's always been a good kid. She did have a heart of gold, but she could give as good as she got. And if you gave her shit, you could expect it back in spades. Yeah, it's too early. Marcus, speaking at your mum's funeral is the hardest thing you can do. John, thank you for everything you've given Sonia. Unfortunately, you're stuck with the Patons forever now. So, thank you for everything you've done. I'm going to miss you, son.
Julie, thanks for sharing. I'm positive there'll be no ass-kicking today, except for maybe that lady that greeted. We come now to the final and concluding part of our time together with song. Now, for those of you who would like to gather for orange juice or jelly shots, we're going to Malcolm's house, which is, are we going to tell them where you live? Follow Malcolm after the service. The family would love to see you. Marcus will be standing at the door waiting to shake hands with you. Don't leave him hanging. I'm going to commend and commit Sonia to God's keeping. At that point, I'm going to ask you to stand as the family come and prepare to uplift and to carry Sonia. To you, Sonia Marie Paton. There is nothing in death or life, in the world as it is, or the world as it shall be, that can separate you from God's love. Go forth from this world in the love of God the Father who created you, the mercy of Jesus Christ who redeemed you. In communion with all the faithful, may you dwell this day in peace. So therefore, young lady, we commit your body now to be cremated, earth to earth, ashes to ashes, and dust to dust, in the sure and certain hope of the resurrection and the eternal life to Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen. I ask you to please stand.
Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world? Or do you need more? Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change.
Oh,
Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world? Or do you need more? Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change, and in the bad times I fear myself.
Tell me something, boy. Aren't you tired trying to fill that void? Or do you need more? Ain't it hard keeping it so hardcore? I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change, and in the bad times I fear myself.